Have you ever been listening to an English speaker and suddenly they say something that just makes no sense, even though you know every single word they used? Well, chances are you've just run into an idiom. Think of them as the secret code of conversation. And you know what? We're going to crack that code together. Getting these down is a huge step towards sounding truly fluent.
So, imagine this. A friend turns to you and says, "I'm so tired, I want to hit the sack." Your first thought is probably, "Hit a sack? What sack are you talking about? And why on earth would you hit it?" It sounds pretty weird, right? And that's the classic confusion that idioms cause.
So, what is your friend really trying to say? See, that's the whole puzzle with idioms. The real meaning is kind of hidden just beneath the surface. So, let's start breaking down this code.
Okay, first things first. Let's get a handle on what we're actually dealing with here. Once you get the basic idea of what an idiom is, it's like having the master key that unlocks all of them.
So here's the deal. An idiom is just a group of words where the overall meaning has pretty much nothing to do with the literal meaning of the words themselves. So, hitting a sack has zero to do with hitting or sacks, it just means to go to bed. See? Once you know the code, it's actually pretty easy.
All right, let's jump into some really common idioms you're going to hear all the time in everyday chats. These are all about speaking, thinking, and sharing info.
First up, we've got a total classic. To spill the beans. Now, it sounds like you've just made a clumsy mess in the kitchen, but what it really means is that you've revealed a secret, and a lot of the time, you didn't even mean to.
For example, you could say, "Tom accidentally spilled the beans about the surprise birthday party. Oops, he didn't mean to ruin the surprise, but yeah, he let the secret slip." Okay, here's another one you'll definitely hear.
A penny for your thoughts. Now, this isn't a real business deal, of course. It's just a really warm, friendly way to ask someone what's on their mind, especially if they look kind of quiet or like they're daydreaming. So if your friend is just staring off into space, you could totally say, "You've been quiet today. A penny for your thoughts?" It's just a nice, gentle way to show you care and you're interested.
Now, let's switch gears and look at some idioms that are perfect for describing the highs and lows of life. We're talking everything from spectacular failures to moments of real encouragement. To go down in flames. Wow. I mean, that creates a really dramatic picture in your head, doesn't it? But it's got nothing to do with a real fire. It just means to fail. But not just fail a little bit, to fail completely and spectacularly. For instance, the business went down in flames because they didn't have enough customers. It didn't just struggle, it was a total disaster.
Here's another one, and this one has a pretty fascinating backstory. Throw in the towel. This phrase actually comes from the world of boxing. A coach would literally throw a towel into the ring to signal that their fighter was defeated. And today, we use it to mean giving up on any kind of challenge. So in this example, after trying for hours, he finally threw in the towel. It just means he hit his limit. He was done. He decided to stop trying.
But hey, it is not all doom and gloom. Let's look at something a bit more positive. On the flip side, we have keep your chin up. And this one makes sense, right? The physical act of lifting your chin is a sign of confidence. So the phrase just means to stay brave and optimistic, especially when things are tough. This is the perfect phrase to use when you want to encourage a friend. It's a simple but really powerful way to say, "Hey, don't lose hope." So we've decoded a few of these phrases, but you might be asking, why is this so important? Why should I even bother learning them?
Well, the answer is actually pretty simple. Understanding idioms is the key that unlocks a much deeper level of English. It helps you get all the little details in a conversation, helps you speak more like a native, and lets you truly connect with the culture in movies, TV shows, and books. It basically bridges the gap between just knowing the language and actually feeling the language. And now that you've got a handle on these, the door is wide open. Seriously, every conversation you have, every movie you watch, it's a new chance to discover another one. So the only real question left is, which piece of the secret code are you going to crack next?